Welcome to day 6 of our new 10-day series, 100 Daily Routine English Sentences. I am so proud of your commitment to practicing every day. You are building a powerful habit that will lead to fluency. In our last lesson, we learned how to talk about our weekend. But what do we do during our weekend and in our free time? Today, we are going to talk about a very fun and important topic: your hobbies and interests. When you learn how to talk about the things you love to do, your English conversations become much more personal and exciting. This is how you make real friends and connections. And make sure you stay with me until the very end, because I'll reveal the simple secret that will make your conversations about hobbies much more engaging. Ready? Let's talk about hobbies. Part 1. Describing your hobbies. Let's begin with how to talk about your own hobbies and interests. These are the sentences you can use to share what you love to do. First, we will learn and understand each phrase one by one. Please repeat after me in the pause, and then I will explain the meaning and purpose of each sentence. In my free time, I like to read books. Free time is the time when you are not working or studying. It's your personal time to do what you enjoy. This phrase, "in my free time," is a perfect way to start a sentence about your hobbies. "I like to read books" is a simple and clear statement. You can replace read books with any hobby, for example, "In my free time, I like to watch movies," or "In my free time, I like to go for a walk. My favorite hobby is playing the guitar." This is a great sentence structure to highlight your number one most loved hobby. Your favorite is the one you like more than all the others. A hobby is an activity that you do for pleasure in your free time. Notice the structure. My favorite hobby is plus a verb in the ing form, like playing, reading, or cooking. I really enjoy cooking. The verb enjoy is a wonderful alternative to like. It sounds a little stronger and more enthusiastic. Adding the adverb really makes it even stronger. If you really enjoy something, it means you get a lot of pleasure and happiness from it. What's something you really enjoy doing? I'm interested in photography. To be interested in something is a great phrase to talk about your interests, especially for hobbies that involve learning or skill, like photography, history, or science. Photography is the art of taking pictures. This phrase makes you sound thoughtful and curious. I love watching movies. Love is a very strong verb that shows great passion for a hobby. We often use it for hobbies that are a big part of our lives. If you say, "I love watching movies," it means it's more than just something you do sometimes. It's something you are truly passionate about. I'm learning how to paint. This is a fantastic sentence because it shows you are actively developing a new skill. It's a great conversation starter because the other person will likely ask a follow-up question, like, "Oh, what kind of painting do you do?" Or, "How long have you been learning?" It helps me relax. This is a perfect sentence to explain why you enjoy your hobby. It describes the feeling or the benefit you get from it. To relax means to rest and feel calm. Many people have hobbies that help them forget about the stress of work or study. It's a good way to de-stress. 2D, stress, is a very common and natural verb that means to reduce stress. This is another great way to explain the positive benefit of your hobby. It's a little more modern and informal than just relax. Shadowing practice, describing your hobbies. Perfect! You just learned 8 new sentences to describe your hobbies. Now, let's practice them in our intensive shadowing block. I will say each phrase twice. Repeat after me in each pause. In my free time, I like to read books. In my free time, I like to read books. My favorite hobby is playing the guitar. My favorite hobby is playing the guitar. I really enjoy cooking. I really enjoy cooking. I'm interested in photography. I'm interested in photography. I love watching movies. I love watching movies. I'm learning how to paint. I'm learning how to paint. It helps me relax. It helps me relax. It's a good way to de-stress. It's a good way to de-stress. Part 2. Asking about hobbies. A conversation is a two-way street. It's not just about talking about yourself, it's about being curious about the other person. Now, let's learn how to ask other people about their hobbies and interests. What do you do for fun? This is a very friendly and casual way to ask about someone's hobbies. The phrase "for fun" makes it sound very relaxed and informal. It's a great question to ask a new friend or colleague. Do you have any hobbies? A simple and direct question. It's very clear and can be used in almost any situation, whether it's formal or informal. What are you into? To be into something is a very common and natural phrasal verb that means to be interested in something. This question is very casual and is perfect for conversations with people your own age. For example, if someone asks you this, you could say, "I'm really into vintage movies," or "I'm into hiking and nature. How do you like to spend your free time?" This is a great open-ended question. An open-ended question is one that cannot be answered with a simple yes or no. It invites a longer, more detailed answer, which is great for starting a good conversation. Do you play any sports? A specific question about athletic activities. If you love sports, this is a great way to find out if the other person shares your interest. Are you a creative person? A good question that can lead to a conversation about hobbies like painting, writing, playing music, or even something like gardening or cooking. Creative means having the ability to create new and original things. What kind of music are you into? Here we see, are you into? Again. This is a very common and popular question for small talk, because most people love music. You can also ask, what kind of movies do you like? Or, what kind of books do you read? Have you seen any good movies lately? Lately means recently. This is another great conversation starter. If they say yes, you can then ask, "Oh, what did you see?" Shadowing practice. Asking about hobbies. Excellent. Now, let's practice these questions for starting a conversation about hobbies. Repeat each sentence once after me. What do you do for fun? Do you have any hobbies? What are you into? How do you like to spend your free time? Do you play any sports? Are you a creative person? What kind of music are you into? Have you seen any good movies lately? Part 3. Talking about frequency. It's also important to be able to say how often you do your hobbies. This adds more detail to your conversation and makes your routine clearer. This section is all about adverbs and phrases of frequency. I do it almost every day. Almost every day is a great phrase that means you do it daily, with maybe only one or two exceptions. It shows a very strong and consistent habit. I practice about once a week. Once a week means one time per week. Adding the word about makes it sound more approximate and natural, not so strict. You could also say, around once a week. I go to the gym a few times a week. A few times is a very useful and natural phrase that means a small number, probably 2, 3, or 4 times. I usually play tennis on the weekends. On the weekends refers to your regular habit on Saturdays and Sundays. The adverb usually shows that this is what you do most weekends, but not all of them. I don't have much free time these days. This is a common and honest answer if you are very busy with work or study. The phrase, these days, means in the present period of your life. I wish I had more time for my hobbies. This is a wonderful sentence that expresses a desire or a small regret. It uses the subjunctive mood, I wish I had, to talk about an unreal situation. It's a very natural and emotionally relatable thing to say. I do it whenever I get the chance. Whenever is a great word that means at any time. And the phrase get the chance is a very common idiom that means have the opportunity. This is a perfect sentence for hobbies that you can't do on a regular schedule. Shadowing practice. Talking about frequency. Fantastic. Now, let's practice these final phrases about how often you do your hobbies. Repeat each sentence once after me. I do it almost every day. I practice about once a week. I go to the gym a few times a week. I usually play tennis on the weekends. I don't have much free time these days. I wish I had more time for my hobbies. I do it whenever I get the chance. Part 4. Real conversation practice. Incredible! Now that you have learned all these individual sentences about hobbies, let's see how they can be used in a new, natural, flowing conversation. In this part, I will play both roles of a conversation between two new friends, me, Sarah, and Mark, who meet at a park. I want you to repeat each line after me in the pause to practice your rhythm and intonation. Let's go!
What a beautiful day. It's so nice to be outside.
It really is. I love coming to this park. It helps me de-stress after a busy week.
Me too. So, what do you do for fun when you're not relaxing in the park? Do you have any hobbies?
That's a good question. Well, my favorite hobby is playing the guitar. I'm trying to learn a new song right now.
That's so cool. I've always wanted to learn a musical instrument. How often do you practice?
I try to practice almost every day, even if it's just for 15 minutes. What about you? What are you into?
I love listening to music, but I don't play anything. In my free time, I really enjoy cooking.
Oh, really? I'm terrible at cooking. What kind of food do you like to make?
I love making Italian food, like pasta and homemade pizza. It's a good way to relax for me.
That's amazing. You'll have to teach me sometime. I wish I had more time to learn new things.
Definitely. We should get together and cook sometime. It would be fun.
I would love that.
The final secret. Incredible. You've just mastered 23 essential sentences to talk about your hobbies in English. You are building a powerful foundation for making real, personal connections. And now, for the secret I promised at the beginning. The simple secret to making your conversations about hobbies much more interesting and engaging is this. Ask why. Don't just ask, what are your hobbies? That can feel like a test. Instead, try to understand why the person loves their hobby. When you ask questions like, why do you enjoy that? Or, what do you love about it? You are not just asking about an activity. You are asking about their passion, their feelings, and their personality. This is how you turn a simple question into a deep and meaningful conversation. So, my challenge to you is this. For today, I want you to write 3 sentences in the comments below describing one of your hobbies. Make sure one of those sentences explains why you love it. For example, my hobby is hiking. I go to the mountains once a month. I love it because it helps me feel peaceful and connected to nature. Join me tomorrow for day 7, where we will start a new topic and learn how to talk about your job and career. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Wisdom English podcast channel to watch our next videos.